So anyway, guys, welcome to the Gaming Pit podcast. We are doing serial killers. The definition of a serial killer is someone who's murdered 2 or 3 people, different events, different locations. But yeah, we're going to start. I've got a top 5. Beeb's got some actual proper podcast material today. So she's done some gruesome sort of kills and stuff.
Yeah.
She's probably crossed paths, so I have to go first to make. So if she does copy me, it's her fault. And then Mayhem, who have you got?
Jane Toppan.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of her.
Where are they from? So, what is that name?
It's Jane Kelly Toppan. She's a daughter of Irish immigrants.
I thought you'd pick an Irish. Right, so we usually do, like, we've done this before on my channel. The cat's currently climbing the net curtain behind my main curtains because I can hear it tearing, but it's all right. We'll deal with that later. So we usually do, like, we've done notorious ones before. So we've done John Wayne Gacy, things like that. But we're not doing that this time. I've gone for the top ones, and I've got like a paragraph of each top killer. So I've gone for top kills in the top 5, and there is some horrible shit in there. And it's pretty good. Good. This, I'm going to put down, this is like hashtag 002. This is the second podcast ever. First one was Titanic. This is going to be a part 1, though, I feel. Because you could do this forever. Like, if it's like, oh, what should we do next week? I don't know. All right, part 2 it then. Just pick another one, go again. Same as before. You could do this forever. It's more of a true crimey side as well, so people might be interested in that.
I don't think that's fair on people because she goes all out for the 1 episode, right? And she wasn't expecting the second one.
Yeah, well, that's the bombshell, man. You got to do it live.
Yeah. God damn it.
You can't give them time to prepare.
Can we swear?
Well, yeah. No,
right.
It's fine until we're monetized.
Signs in it, so yeah.
I never swear.
If that's not the biggest lie.
But yeah, I don't mind starting. I could do a top 5, and then what I'm going to do after the podcast, so I'm going to do a highlights of all the top 5 together, and then I'll do a short starting hashtag 543, and I'll do 5 shorts for it. Maybe we'll probably do something silly today, which I'll be able to put into a short and stuff like that, and we're just going to build the channel up and keep going. But I feel that this is going to be good. Next time, I want to do big one. I want to do Admiral Byrd, continuation, Secret Civilizations, that sort of thing. So if we can pick up from there, that'd be
that one went
sick.
Mad last time.
Yeah, that one went mad, and I'm hoping we can get that sort of attention for this channel. It'll bring in a lot of subscribers and things like that. Mayhem, how's your Twitter going?
I'm taking a break.
He's famous, isn't he?
You're taking a break.
Is it still taking a break?
Still blowing up?
Yeah. It looks like I've been stopped showing Shadowbind by Twitter anymore. So they just everybody can see what I tweet, and I don't look for likes or anything. I just
trying to spread the word.
I'm just tweeting what I think. Like, you know, sometimes I have no one to talk to, and that thought just flashes through my mind, and I say, okay, I'm going to tweet it out.
Opening people's eyes, unplugging them from the simulation.
Yeah. No, I'm unplugging myself from simulation for tonight. The plan is I'm going to talk to you guys
about murders.
About murder.
Fantastic news. Okay.
I watched Eternals yesterday, so I need to have a shower after this.
So I've heard someone on Facebook, just one person on Facebook that I saw, was like, "Don't watch Eternals, it's shite."
Watch it if you see. I'm trying to keep on with the.
It's supposed to flip Marvel up on its head, isn't it?
It has. I'm just trying to keep up with the timeline. I remember reading comic books, and I remember, you know, Thanos and all that shit like that. I'm trying to, you know, put it all together. So yeah, it was different.
It's good to see Angelina Jolie back.
She doesn't look like Angelina Jolie at all. Like.
Oh,
that's the problem. It took me a while to actually, you know, trying to watch her in the same, you know, in the
Mr. and Mrs. Smith and
Tomb
Raider.
That kind of movie, because she doesn't look like herself. I don't think
someone deep faked Angelina Jolie onto the new Tomb Raider. So it's just Angelina.
Oh, did they? I bet that was yeah.
Moving on. Oh,
All right.
Right, we've been live for 30 minutes. What are we on? We are 20 past 8. Mayhem will have to go in, or a big hook will come in and it'll disappear. So let's crack on. I'm going to start with my top 5 now. Leads us into some nice, gruesome bit of, child murder and things like that. It's going to be good stuff. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm finished, and then we can move on to maybe Beebs, and then Mayhem can end us up with a nice, long, drony 2-hour breakdown of this person's life from when they was born to, what really made them turn into the killer they are today.
No,
are you not John Wayne Gacy in it today? We're not going to have a biography.
No.
No, I promise. No, I'm only doing like 2. I have 2 sentences written down. So
Yeah.
It's 2 sentences.
The rest of it's in there, man.
Yeah, that is the thing in it. Yeah.
I can read them out now. Prepare for the podcast. That's the first sentence.
That is a really important step.
That's
yeah.
good idea,
Shit, I have nothing. That's the second.
Shit.
Oh, okay, nice.
Prepare for podcast. Fuck. Right.
Yeah, pretty much. No. I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. So today I've chosen the top 5 listed by most kills. So this is the highest kills. It's like a leaderboard for serial killers, if you like. And we have their name, country, years active, proven victims, and possible victims. So they're actual, because some of them might be bullshitting. But like, I killed 150, mate, but I got 400. Like, I've just been playing Call of Duty last night, so I got 54 kills. Shh. So, number 1, this is Louis Garavito from Colombia. 3 of these guys are from Colombia, by the way. So Colombia's got a bit of a bad rep for racking up some bad kills, and these are all awful. It's not even like, your standard stuff that we've done before, the notorious ones like Knife, he was killed in a certain way, and he killed 6 people. This is just downright awful. This guy's a child murderer, a torture killer, and a rapist known as La Bestia, which is the beast. Confessed to killing 140 boys between 8 and 16 years old over a 7-year period in Colombia and neighbouring countries. He is suspected of murdering over 300 victims, mostly street children. Garavito was sentenced to 1,853 years in prison. But
I don't think he's going to survive that one.
yeah, but this is right. But this was later reduced to 22 years after he led police to many bodies of his victims. He is scheduled for parole in 2023, next year. So 1,853 years for murdering 300 plus people. But because he showed them where most of the victims are, they give him 22 years. Oh,
that's disgusting.
He's all right. Yeah, he helped us out.
He helped us out.
He showed us 50 plus bodies, so we'll just you can get 20. He's going to get out next.
22.
This guy's going to get out next year. This is Louis Garavito. Feel free to look him up because there is some disgusting facts. There is some gruesome stuff. If you like your true crime, you like your serial killings, you're into that shit. Probably single mothers, I've seen them all on Facebook. Love true crime. Get on this guy. It absolutely, man. Yeah, 300 plus are the most kills as well. He's absolutely crazy.
No, he's about to come out next year.
And he's going to come out next year because he's kindly helped the police find a load of murdered bodies.
So bad.
So there's a couple like this. There is a judge in here that I really like, and I told Beeb a bit about him yesterday, and you'll actually enjoy it. But so in second place of the serial killer leaderboard, I wrote that down as well, we have Pedro Lopez from Colombia again. His years was 1969 to 1979 he was active. Proven victims 110. Possible victims 300 plus. A child murderer and rapist again, known as the Monster of the Andes. They all get these names as well. Targeted young girls between the ages of 8 and 12. Arrested in 1980 and convicted in 1983 of killing 3 young girls, but claimed to have killed hundreds despite being one of the most prolific serial killers of the 20th century. Was released in the 1990s. So he only got convicted in 1983 and he got out in the late 90s. But yeah, again, 1918 convicted in 1983. The pattern we see in all of these as well is the time arrested to the time convicted. There's a lot of years in between.
Yeah.
Police work is very slow. And in places like Colombia, corruption and bribery and things like that. We've covered a bit on prison before and foreign places and, how people can get out of stuff. And you'll see there is some prison breaks and stuff in here. So that was second place. That was Pedro Lopez. You feel free to look him up as well. In third place, we've got a serial killer Olympics taking bronze. We have This guy's called Javed Iqbal, if I'm pronouncing that right, and he's from Pakistan. Years active, 1998 to 1999. So in a year, his proven victims were 100 and possible victims were also 100. So 100 for
Only
100.
in 1 year, though.
In 1 year. So that is quite a lot. So child murderer and rapist, again, known as Kukri, named after the curvy knife. He murdered 100 street children by strangling them and covering up his crimes by dissolving their bodies in acid. He was arrested in 1999 thanks to a letter he sent to the newspaper and was set to be executed in the manner described by the judge, who stated, "You will be strangled to death in front of the parents of those children you murdered. Your body will then be chopped into 100 pieces and put into acid the same way you killed the children." So the judge ordered the sentence to be in the exact same way, which is amazing. But unfortunately, he died in custody before he was executed, which is a damn shame because he really deserved to get strangled, chopped up, and dissolved in acid. But we've seen that before on Breaking Bad. Do you remember when he put the wrong acid in the bath? And there was upstairs,
in the bath, and it comes through the roof, doesn't it?
He said, "Get this certain type of acid." He got the wrong type, put the body in, covered it in acid, and then they went downstairs making a cup of tea or something. 5 minutes later, the big noise, like what the fuck? Went into the living room, body on the floor, acid everywhere. You got the wrong acid, dickhead. There's a body like burning, stinks, like just went to shit. But yeah, dear Lord. Oh, sorry, kid, I didn't get his age, man. I'll have to have a look into it. These are just quick paragraph things. If we want to, we can elaborate and all that sort of stuff, though, later on. This is just the part one, like I said. We could do this for probably 10 episodes. So the fourth out of the fifth, we've got the biggest serial killer in the world was... it was a Russian guy called Mikhail Popkov. So his years active were 1992 to 2010. Proven victims were 78 possible victims, 83 plus possible victims. Serial killer rapist nicknamed the Werewolf, who was active for 2 decades nearly in Angarsk, Irkutsk, and Vladivostok. Probably didn't say 2 of them right. After being convicted of 22 murders in 2015, he confessed to an additional 59 murders, of which he was convicted of 56 in 2018. In July 2020, he confessed to more killings, bringing the total number to 83. He was sentenced to life. So I'm not sure what that is in Russia. I think in Russia is life. Is that until you die? I think. It's not like 23 years or something like that. But
everyone looks at Mayhem like, this is something.
I was like, Mayhem, you're an intelligent bloke.
Yeah.
Someone get fucking Google out.
So I know life in Ireland is 25 years, but you're probably going to get out after 8 anyway.
Yeah, if you just behave yourself or help the people find the bodies of the victims. Yeah. So 5th place, final one, goes to Daniel Camargo Barbosa. No, he wasn't a pirate captain, Beeb, but he was active from 1974 to 1986 and proven to have killed 72 people with a possible of 180 plus. That's immediately what you thought, innit? Barbosa.
Barbosa. I was like, I was about to get all Pirates of the Caribbean.
Definitely a pirate. He was
also, Russia is 25 years.
Oh, is it? Is that life? Yeah. So we've got
Apparently
25 years.
25
He was active for 20 years.
If Google's correct, anyway.
Maybe. So
excuse me, but do trust Google.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that now. That's a different podcast. The Skynet podcast, episode 3. Stay tuned. So, 5th place goes to Daniel Camargo Barbosa. He was a child and woman murderer believed to have possibly raped and killed over 150 victims. Confessing to 72 victims, he strangled young girls in Colombia and was arrested, but he escaped prison and started killing again in Ecuador. Re-arrested in 1986, he was put in the same prison in Ecuador as our number 2, Pedro Lopez. Camargo was killed in prison by a nephew of one of the victims. So all these guys are getting justice served to them at least. Not one of them got away with it or escaped. But like I said, the guy that's sentenced to 1,856 years in prison, who is literally getting out next year because he helped people find his own victims' bodies, is crazy.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense,
Yeah,
there shouldn't be any allowances for that. There should be that's it. You're doing your time.
Yeah, I'm fully with the Pakistan there. The law, literally what he said, the judge, literally just get rid of him in the most gruesome and horrific way, and then just chuck them in a bath of acid.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
But make sure
Eye
it's
for
the
an
right
eye, huh?
acid. Yeah, legit that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's top 5 serial killers of the world. Highest ranking from kills to lowest kills, but still the lowest ones were still like 70 plus, which is insane.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, you did the same way we did the snipers.
Of people to get killed. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. The snipers was
yeah.
really sick as well. I did like the sniper one.
I'll tell you a story. Can I?
Go on.
I'll tell you a story. It's gonna be a short one though. You know, so it's year 1854, right? So it's 1854, right?
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
1800s.
A
Like,
wee
I don't
little
even
mayhem
remember.
by the fire.
Yeah.
There was little me with the granny. Just sit by the fire, you know. Listen to the stories. Nobody. In 1854, Laura Kelly is born, right? So she's born to the 2 Irish immigrants, Peter and Bridget, right? So Bridget dies, and Peter is left with the 2 daughters, right? So 6 years later, he surrenders them to the Boston Female Asylum. It's an orphanage, right? So these are immigrants living in USA, not in America, okay? And he surrenders them, and you know, from there everything starts, right? So in 1885, okay, so she's 31. So she's just because she was transferred from house to house, she was taken over by a Toppan family. So their name is Jane Toppan. People know her by Jane Kelly Toppan, and people are gonna call her Jane Toppan. So Miss Toppan began training as a nurse at the Cambridge Hospital, right? So she was described as brilliant and terrific, right? She was well liked, she was friendly, and she had the nickname Jolly Jane, right? Now, once Miss Toppan became close with the patients, she always picked a favorite one. So they were normally elderly, so the median age of our victims was around 60, 70, right? So they were very sick. So she used her patients as guinea pigs. Okay, so she was doing experiments with the morphine and other opioids.
Okay.
So she was basically using the doses. She was keeping the diary. She was altering the prescribed dosages, and she was looking at it, how they're going to react, how the nervous system's going to react to it, right? So we are thinking, okay, she is a scientist, right? But that's not her goal, right?
Yeah,
so she spent time with the patients. She was making up the fake charts, you know. So basically, she was saying that they're feeling this way, and you know, she was medicating them with the other shit. So, well, nobody noticed that because she was recommended to the prestigious Massachusetts General Hospital in 1889. People are dying around, like, you know, no one notices anything. So she's brilliant. There you go. Angel of Mercy is going to fly over.
She's just smiling away through life.
Yeah.
This sweet innocent girl, yeah, like Beeb.
So then she claims more. Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. So she claims more victims then. So she started administering opiates recklessly, right? She
administering what?
Opiates.
What's that?
You know, opiates are everything that's based on opium.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Given the year,
Right.
I guess everything's still experimental and
things
like that. So, was it late 1800s?
There's a show on Disney.
Some Frankenstein sort of era.
Dopesick.
Okay.
If you wanna find out about opiates, it's there's a very good show called Dopesick. It's about the patients that were using OxyContin in America.
I've heard that before.
It's accountable for 400,000 people died of because they got addicted. There basically was the little tablet with the covering. There was a time released. It's supposed to be released after 12 hours, but wasn't. So you were getting addicted.
Yeah.
You were starting from small dose, and you were getting addicted. So they lost. It's a Purdue Pharma. I think they ranked third in the world or fourth in the world with the highest fine ever being posed on the pharmacy, on the pharmaceutical company, which Pfizer is the second. You know, we know that. Pfizer, you know, the Pfizer being charged with the criminal.
Yeah.
As soon as they came onto the scene, there was they already had a history of being sued and all this sort of stuff as well.
Yeah,
so.
they have criminal history. Like so. But then she after that, no one still notices what happening, right? And she's began a career as a private nurse, and in the she killed the landlord Israel Donham and his wife in 1899. She killed her foster sister Elizabeth with a dose of.
Was these her first proper kills?
No, she kept killing people before. She kept doing it. This is just a continuation. So
she was just like sort of addicted to it.
Exactly. She was.
So she went experimented with the mice and then went straight onto the. How many people did she kill? Do you know?
She claims the certain amount and.
Proven.
Okay. She has more than over 100 suspected. Right.
She nearly made top 5.
Yeah.
Nearly made the top 5, right? Her span of crimes was only 6 years, 1895 to 1901, right?
I guess it's a lot harder to prove things then. The CIA, wasn't about, there's no fingerprint scanners, there's nothing like that sort of technology about, so she could just, and she's all this smiley nurse that everyone knows is a good lass, and she's going around killing landlords and families and shit.
Yeah. So
just by administering drugs. Like as a nurse,
exactly.
But every house she visits, they die like by an overdose. Just
exactly, she's a nurse.
So she's a really bad nurse, but she smiles.
Yeah.
Well, her nickname was Jolly Jane. So
yeah, but for 6 years
she
got away.
Been like maybe friendly, happy, demeanor.
Exactly. Now she's moving with the Davis family, and I think it was based Cottomet or the name, and. The wife dies and she takes care of Elton Davis, right? And within weeks, she kills him. She kills the sister Edna.
Yeah.
And 2 of his daughters, meaning Genevieve. I don't know that name. The surviving members of the family are ordering toxicology. And they're trying to find out what's going on. So finally, someone...
So they could still test the blood and things for certain things then?
The report found that she had been poisoned, Minnie, one of the daughters, right? So they didn't arrest straight away, right? So local authorities they were assigned a police detail on Toppan to watch her.
Mm-hmm.
And on the October 29, 1901, she was arrested for murder. Now
1901.
Yeah, she was a jolly one.
The end of piracy.
She just seemed so happy and friendly. Nobody suspected her.
Oh, she's a nurse. She's not going to do anything wrong to me. Oh.
Yeah. Is that how people die?
2 of these 6 times a day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Next.
Yeah.
Roll him in.
Legit, yeah. Oh, she seems nice. Look, take the tablet straight away. Man.
So Miss Toppan, she confesses to her lawyer, right? She claims that she had killed more than 31 people and that she wanted the jury to find one her sane so she could eventually have a chance at being released, right? Now, the funny thing is, on June 23rd, now, apparently, after collecting all the data, I collected all the witnesses' statements, and over the years, trying to stitch things together, there's probably more than suspected deaths, right? They only could confirm 12 killings, 12 deaths. They're going to be accounted to her.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, the funny thing is, she was declared insane, and in June 23rd, 1902, Barnstable County Courthouse, she was found not guilty by the reason of insanity.
So she went
she was committed for life to the Taunton Insane Hospital.
There's a couple of we should actually cover mental homes back then, because there's a couple of ghost story horror stories sort of covering that sort of era and all these sort of electroshock therapy and things like that going on in those homes.
Lobotomy and stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah, like legit, like a spike through the nose and things like that. There's all sorts of going on to try and cure this craziness. I think there was Bathurst Asylum or something was a particular one where it was just absolute, like it might as well have been a prisoner of war camp. It was absolute. We should definitely cover something like that. There was a lot of darkness surrounding them places around that era. So, but she probably went in there smiling and laughing.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
Mad.
So she was 6 years active, killed people just by. Well, really, she just made people.
And then in the
take
end, she was let free anyway.
enough of the drug.
Yeah.
But was she let free, or did she just go to a mental home? Did she live out the rest of her days in a mental home, in an asylum?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she died there. She wasn't released.
Oh, okay.
Just laughing in a straitjacket in a padded room.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Babe's gonna go out, man. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Guys, remember all mentioning Dr. Death?
Yeah, Dr. Death.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of as she was going through this. And who Roll covered as well. That was that guy, wasn't it? The guy Harold Shipman. Yeah, all the doctors. Basically using their position of power to get through the murders and stuff like that. But there was a Nazi Dr. Death as well that he was the one that did all the experiments on the children with dyeing their eyes and trying to make them blue and things like that. Man, there is a mad history on doctors and that crazy shit. Like Frankenstein, going back to Frankenstein sort of stuff,
Well, yeah. Yeah, mad.
Is that you done, Mayhem?
No, not yet.
Uh-oh.
There's a funny story of Kathleen Flanagan and Margaret Higgins as well. Like
Flanagan, that's a proper Irish name.
That's a name, yeah.
Definitely.
The only thing, they were convicted of poisoning more than one person in Liverpool, right? And she's suspected of more deaths, right? So the women collected the burial society payout, top life insurance, right, on each death. So they were actually getting, if they did it on the, of insanity, or they just want to become serial killers there, just for profit, financial gain. So that's been going for 3 years. What's his name? I was trying to look through the any Irish connections. So
Or if they deleted or
see if they connected to the mayhem tree.
Yeah.
No, I can't find that. Don't fuck it. No. There's loads, but basically what happens, they're born in Ireland, they're either immigrating or they're immigrating to England, so we only have the fucking rapists, that's it. Yeah, Larry Murphy, one of them.
Of them.
Right.
I suppose back then it's just a case of literally, like you said, you could just nip across. You've done all that bad shit in Ireland, you just nip across to England, change your last name, jobs are good, really. They haven't got the extensive sort of like research or facilities to do that now. Now, like you can't get anywhere because of the London, for example, is the most surveilled city in the damn world. Like, so you just be, you can't murder one person these days. I suppose it's better in that sense, but
that's probably a good thing, really, isn't it? Yeah.
No, but the Oklahoma City bomber, fucking the city bomber, that he was actually born. He had very strong Irish connections.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The master of me.
Yeah.
That's what happened, guys. Yeah, well, that's my story. I have other guys I want to talk about, but we'll leave it for part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
There can be quite a few parts of this, to be fair, innit?
Every now and then, yeah, guys, let us know as well if you're watching this as a video at home, whatever. Let us know, because if you want part 2, 3, 4, 5, 200 plus, we can legit do that. It's not even a problem. Like I said, we've done one before. I'll link it below if I remember. Probably not. Remind me.
You probably won't, yeah.
But yeah, we've done things before. The John Wayne Gacy one was probably an hour and 45 minutes, I think.
57 minutes by me.
Yeah. Mayhem legit did 57 minutes there.
It's an interesting story, like,
it was really interesting, actually. Like, it was mad.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? The smell of jizz in the garage?
Yeah, just all of it, like.
That was very graphic, and as you explained it, and I can still remember what you said now, exactly like the garage and stuff like that, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, clown killer.
Mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Never liked clowns anyway.
You.
One dusted my head when I was like 4 at a circus and I cried. Yeah. I was only 4.
Nice.
Babe, what you got for us, fam?
So instead of doing like one big one,
instead of doing any effort, I've
got like 6 small ones. Okay.
I bet you have.
I kind of went out to try and find ones that are just a bit more gruesome and that,
Nice, I'm into it. Yeah.
So, Catherine Knight was an Australian woman who was given life imprisonment without parole. She stabbed her husband to death, skinned him, cooked him, then placed his body parts on plates with name place cards next to them to feed her kids.
This podcast just got way better. Can you imagine?
She literally
placing
killed
the place
and cooked
cards
her
out?
husband, put him out as like a meal for her kids and everything. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's actually mental.
Jerry Brudos abducted and killed 4 women. He claimed that women's shoes were his substitute for porn, and used the severed foot of one of his victims to model heels in his own house. So literally cut off a foot, put it in a heel.
Say it again?
He cut off his victim's foot, and made it like wear some high heels to model the high heels.
Right.
And apparently the police also found severed boobs being used as paperweights in his house.
Fuck me, that's hard though.
Yeah.
Can we just linger on this one for a second?
Yeah, I'm trying to get.
So, what is the point of chopping the foot off
now.
to test?
So yeah, he just liked feet and shoes. Basically, shoes were a substitute for porn. It said. So yeah, one of his victims
what year was
chopped
this?
his foot off, made it. Oh, I don't blum my name.
Surely you've got the internet, man. Is there any
Let's
need
have
for
a
this? Especially in so yeah, so it might not actually, given the paperweight situation. So you sat there scrolling your notebook, and then boom, just slap a boob on it.
Yeah.
Keep that page for later.
Just chilling there, innit? Yeah, yeah.
just flick the nip.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, man.
Fuck's sake, man.
Oh, dear.
That's crazy, babe.
Okay, so span of his crimes.
Cheers, killer bro. Thank you
was
for doing that, man.
1968 to 1969. Were his crimes.
68 to 69. So yeah, didn't have the internet. Explains the whole boob paperweight situation. You know.
Yeah. Apparently, he would also dress up in high heels and masturbate after committing a murder. According to what I've just found, I just that bit I didn't have until
better
just now.
not be illegal. I need to lock my doors. That's a Sunday.
that was
That's just a Sunday.
Jerry Brudos. Yeah, that was Jerry Brudos.
Jesus Christ.
How
many have you got, babe? 5?
6.
6? Oh shit, that was a second.
That was the second one. Yeah.
How are you going to top boob paperweights?
In the late 70s and early 80s, Nilsson would pick up young men at bars, bring them back to his home, kill them, bath them, and then dress their dead bodies. He then kept the bodies for weeks, sometimes even months, talked to them, had sex with them, then either burned or flushed the remains down the toilet.
Right, okay. Babe, a little word. Next week, we're not, can we stick to you doing the funny parts? Because you have really just dive bombed the shit out. I thought I did bad.
And I tried to stay just above the line. I just didn't want to go far.
Yeah.
But I want to finish off with something. So whenever she's done, I'm just gonna. I didn't want to say anything about that, but once Beep's going through that shit,
she's definitely going through some shit. If I was there, Beep, with you, I'd probably be rubbing your shoulders.
Do you know what the best bit was? Do you know what the best bit was? I was doing my research for this whilst at work on the work Wi-Fi.
Oh fuck.
Tomorrow she'll roll into work and they'll be like, is there a Mrs. Big one up here, please? Just in the chat there, because it's just like, holy shit. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to your phone and history. Clear.
Oh, yeah.
Delete.
Wasn't me.
Not me. And you're the manager, so you can just blame it on one of the other guys.
I'll be like, I don't know. Yeah.
Not me.
Who bring their own laptop in? I don't know.
It's not my laptop, I've never seen it. Scratch the file, the serial number off it.
Dear. Yeah. I told you I found some gruesome ones.
So you've got 4 more of these.
I did warn you. 3 more now.
Oh, 3 more now.
So,
okay.
In 1981, Issey Sagawa, might not have pronounced that right, shot and killed a woman in his apartment. He ate different body parts over a couple days because he thought it would let him absorb her beauty. So he ate her body parts because he thought it would let him absorb her beauty.
Did it work?
Apparently, no, don't think so.
I finally figured out.
Mayhem's gone green. Look, he's going to be sick.
These days we have all those people crying over the internet. Like, have you did you see that little guy on the video, on one of the videos, crying that he sent a letter to Apple.
Yeah.
To remove the meat emoji. Have you seen that one?
No.
And he was crying because he's vegan. Because he's vegan, right?
Yeah. Okay, I see.
So he wants the meat emoji to be removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it hurts his feelings. So I'm trying to sort it out. So if we didn't have the social media and all that stuff, we would have more murderers and psychopaths like that.
Yeah.
Because that actually translates everything. So maybe actually social media does help us to become a bit...
It's the same thing. Social media, government, NSA, CIA, they say they don't, but they all have access to everyone's phones, cameras, shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
That does really help, obviously, narrow down the wrong uns.
Yeah,
and if you type anything...
for this stuff, doesn't it? Like...
Yeah, like, Beeb is now example perfect. There's a man now, if she opens her blinds...
So are you, so am I.
There'll be a van out there. There'll be an Anglian water van on the roadside. Not full of Anglian water people, just saying.
Look through your blinds there, can you see the black van?
No, you'll see if you see a glint, that's a sniper scope. You've done bad. You've done worse than you thought. But yeah, surveillance and shit, like, it is really good.
Don't try to rub it off.
Yeah.
Fucking... just put a paperweight in it.
Oh, dear.
Not even yours. But yeah,
oh dear,
man, we're so heavily surveillanced, and it is good in that sense for the murderers, the people. They all use the internet and phones and things like that, so they're easier to track, easier to arrest. You got to be really high IQ and smart to like kind of get away with that stuff these days.
You get away with stuff nowadays, yeah.
But on the other side, they're watching a million people that ain't done anything wrong and don't deserve to be watched. But I don't know, man.
Like me after this, maybe.
Yeah, well, we're all definitely like Mayhem has several black helicopters.
Oh, Mayhem
is
I'm
pretty sure.
I think Mayhem's up top. To be fair,
he's 4 or 5 helicopters, 6 drones, a sniper team in the bush. I think I'm only rocking a UAV at the minute. I feel quite. I'm like level 2. Beeb's probably just hit level 3 with tonight's shit. Mayhem, he's probably not going to make it back to the house without tranquilizer.
And then the back over my head is level 100.
Go jump van, tranquilizer bag van. That's exactly the 3 steps they train for. Yeah,
and they're replaced by a clone probably.
Yeah. Mayhem next week.
Oh my god,
Ours.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Robot Mayhem. So you got 2 more left or 1? Peep.
Well, this Sagawa person. Apparently he then tried to dispose of the leftovers in a lake in France where he lived. He awaited trial when he was caught, but he was declared insane. The charges against him were dropped, a bit like Mayhem's. He was then sent back to Japan where he couldn't be detained, so he remained free. In Japan, just wandering about after eating this woman.
Yeah, no, I bet yet many more people.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he was declared legally insane.
That was Japan at the time was just out of jurisdiction. It didn't matter.
I'm guessing so. Yeah.
But I'm guessing if he left Japan at any time, they could nab him.
They said he couldn't. Yeah, because it was in France that he'd done it.
Out of the jurisdiction zone. That's crazy.
Jen.
How's it spelled?
Gein.
Guyan.
Is she choking?
Gien?
I'm about. Do you smell burnt toast?
Not just yet.
Hello, ambulance.
Maybe later.
Oh. Yeah.
So,
emergency.
Yeah.
This person killed over 12 people, but apparently what the police found in his home was shocking. He had used the skin of his victims to make everything from furniture, bodysuits, and lampshades.
Etsy. That's how Etsy was made.
Yep.
You go on Etsy now, definitely.
Yeah.
Face mask.
Started.
It's good for your skin. Yeah, it's my nan, but it's.
What are you wearing? I'm wearing John today.
What are you wearing, Dave? Yeah.
Tomorrow's Dave's turn.
Is that just reminds me of The Office? When you put. He puts the skin on his face and he does the Hannibal Lecter noises. Holy shit, man.
Oh, dear.
That's a good one. So full furniture out of
my last. Yeah.
You must have had
He
pretty
made
big
furniture
relatives to
and
make
lampshades.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure his house smelled lovely.
Turn the light on. Burnt hair.
Yeah.
Made it out of a
Yeah. So the last one I have, he was quite well known about a Craigslist killing.
Okay.
From the time he was a teenager, Armin Mayweather, I don't know how to pronounce that, had a sick dream of eating human flesh. A guy called Bern Brandes posted an ad on Craigslist, and Armin jumped at the chance. After the two met, had sex, Armin knocked him out, so he knocked the burned guy out with sleeping pills and booze before filming his murder. So he actually filmed his murder as well.
Nice bit of evidence.
But he ended up cutting up Bern's penis and frying it. He cut it off. He then fried it.
This is more what I expected.
He then stabbed him in the neck and proceeded to slice up the rest of his body to eat it. So yeah, Craigslist, meet up. Yeah, dead.
Don't do that.
Apparently people filmed it though.
Craigslist ad,
basically
kids.
on his tombstone, it's going to be, I joined Craigslist.
Yeah. Craigslist, Pokemon Go, it's the same thing. Don't go out there meeting people. You might end up as a sofa or a lamp. And
Maybe,
stabbed in the neck with your own penis, which...
Possibly.
Saturday night, to be honest.
Right.
But
okay, so if you're talking about willies, right?
Yeah, okay.
Willies, you're such an adult, Liam.
Willies.
Willies.
Right.
Bunch of 30+ old people. Willies on a podcast. You know that's going to be a short. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know. So, have you heard about Scissor Sisters? The Irish ones. Have you heard about them?
No, they did a really catchy song back in the day.
It happened
Yeah.
It happened in 2005, so Beep was probably in the nappies.
She's an old bird, mate. She's 30 this year.
I am.
So Sai was still in his nappies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me retract that.
Yeah, on my head. I was probably 10, but on my head. Yeah.
Right.
Just
so
in the nappies, yeah.
Scissor
all
Sisters.
started. Right. So it all started. It started before, but everybody or the media and the nation found about it when a piece of leg, still wearing a sock, was spotted floating near Croke Park in Dublin.
It's a leg with a sock on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So there's a leg, a piece of leg wearing a sock, was spotted floating near Croke Park, right?
Okay.
So, long story short, the two Scissor Sisters, they were dubbed by media as Scissor Sisters, right? What they did, they killed and dismembered the mother's boyfriend, right? Linda Charlotte. They killed a dismembered mother's boyfriend, right? Now, how did it happen? Right?
With scissors by sisters.
Yeah. His head and his little thing, they were sliced off.
His willy.
And the rest of his corpse was dismembered, right, by the women and dumped in Dublin's Royal Canal, right? So that's how the piece of leg was still wearing socks was there, right? The funny thing is, Norse head, the name of the chap was Faraz Well Nor. He wasn't Irish, right? The Norse
sound very Irish.
Yeah, no, the Norse head and penis were never recovered. The Linda one, she actually admitted they had put the head in the rubbish bins around Phoenix Park. Phoenix Park is around 10-15 minutes walk from the. We have a zoo there, and there's a Euston station.
How far is that from you?
There'll be, and I can't say that.
They're already above
nice
your house.
Try.
yeah, nearly.
Nice try.
Nearly. Sorry, CIA.
Nearly.
You can leave now. Go on, guys. Go on.
He tried.
He left your shoes, Dave. We'll try again 2 weeks, mate. 8 o'clock.
It was also thought that they probably carried the head, by bus to Tala. Tala is like in the, how would you compare that? That would be like you have London, and then you have Essex.
Okay.
It's smaller. It's smaller distance, but to have a view of how it looks, and the outskirts of Dublin, basically.
Yeah.
So, and all the Dubliners are going to kill me. How the fuck we just? fucking the same part of Dublin, like.
I'm sure you have plenty of people after your life. It's fine.
Yeah, so
Add them to the list.
So the funny is, that they brought it. So apparently they put it in the Phoenix Park, which is close to the city center, and then the other version was the head was never found, the willy was never found, and they carried the by the bus and they buried it in the field.
Mm.
And
Okay.
yeah, so probably Linda went over there. So I'd say the head seen more action than the willy, you know.
Okay.
After it's dead.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
So
Yeah.
basically. Linda returning, she dug it up and she carried into another field using her son's skull back.
Damn.
Right? She smashed it with a hammer and buried it again. Funny thing,
Okay.
huh? So they got life imprisonment, which in Ireland, I'm actually going to look it up now. So the Linda one, she got life, and
25 years. Is that?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a 10 days after they were they were called not the funny thing, but it's a sad story as well, because the father of those two, Joe Mulhall, he actually hanged himself in Phoenix Park in December.
Well, after it all happened.
After all happened, he couldn't hack it.
He couldn't handle. Yeah.
He couldn't hack it, basically. It's just, he hanged himself. So they were dubbed by media as his sisters.
So
and
he did all that and then hanged himself.
Yeah.
Rather than facing the shit.
No,
How can
he
you do
was,
something
he was
like
a
that, but
father.
you can't face the charges, like.
He can't. He couldn't find. Yeah. They say the suicide rate in Ireland is through the roof for some reason.
Is it? Yeah.
At some stage, people just can't hack it, and then just give up.
Is this just through history, or like now, or then?
From what I remember, it's always been a case, like, the man topped himself here. The woman hung himself there in the attic. It's a sad story. I don't want to end it on the sad, but for some reason it's a big issue here. So, yeah, it is. It's never been spoken to. The same issue as the funny thing. We have 90,000 empty homes, the relics and
Really
not finished. 90,000 empty homes, and we have still homeless people on the street.
That's
damn.
crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Mad.
Yeah. So, how long is a life sentence for Irish criminals? So, the sentence served in prison is approximately 18 years. So they were sentenced. The girl was one was
Okay.
sentenced for 15 years. The other one was life. So the sisters should be out to this member, another member of the public there in it's 2022. They were convicted in 2028, I think, 2008, 2006, can't remember. So 18, still 3 years for some.
3 years.
So
Yeah.
like
Then
you,
they're out,
like
yeah.
you said, they're in there for that long, but good behaviour, etc. Parole.
Might even be sooner. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are prisoners there.
up to 10
They're
years.
serving life in sentence in Ireland. They spend 1 to 30 years in custody as well, like, but it depends. I don't
It's
think.
not. It depends who you are. There was a guy that lives down the road from my parents. He won the Euro Millions, and he was driving, and his excuse was he went to pick up a teddy bear, and he hit a family and killed some people, and he didn't even serve time because he afforded the best lawyer. He's obviously a millionaire at this point.
Yeah.
Driving like a dickhead. We come up with some excuse, got away with it. Just because of his money. If someone, not a very good car driving down the road, smashes into a family car, go down for life. But because he's got a good lawyer, they say this, do that. Didn't even look at a prison. Just a couple of court cases, you're out. So that sort of thing. Yeah, but I'm just looking now. The top 5 Irish serial killers, and number 4 is Jane Kelly Toppan.
Is it? Yeah.
An Irish American nurse nicknamed Jolly Jane. You got Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh is the Oklahoma City bomber. Yeah, and he did 168 people and injured 680 others at the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma City. That was 1995. That was 5th. That was after Jane Kelly Toppan. 3.
Obviously, like 100 years after.
Yeah. And you got Darky Kelly, which was Dorcas Kelly was more commonly known by a working name Darky, and she is considered to be Ireland's first serial killer. That's number 3. Number 2 was Shank Hill Butchers. So was given by the press by the security forces to a notorious loyalist paramilitary gang which operated outside the law in Northern Ireland during the late 70s in 1985. You've got number 1 was the Jeffrey Evans and John Shaw. Along with his partner John Shaw, Jeffrey Evans came to Ireland from the UK in 1974. Blah blah blah. Yeah, well, that's the top 5 in Ireland. But yeah, I think we've has anyone got anything else to cover on there? We've actually done quite a good stint.
Yeah.
That's
a good stint. Yes.
We're an hour and 10 minutes. You know, murderous people, wearing high heels, pots floating down rivers. I think we've covered quite. We can probably cheer this. Probably cheer this up a bit next time. But
I don't know what have we scheduled for the next one. Nothing yet. We have 2 weeks to think about. We have 1 week to think about something. We have another week to get ready.
1,000,000% Admiral Byrd. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
We should do it. That would kick this off nicely.
We're doing it.
Yeah, everyone. We should do it. Roll should be back. Get everyone on it. It'd be quite a long one if everyone's up for maybe a bit of an earlier start or a bit of a later whatever. Try and make it, even if it's Friday, Saturday, whatever. Just arrange it to make it a little bit longer because we're going to go through all the comments of the previous video and get everyone's thoughts and feelings. We'll do a little Q&A. We've done this before. Just literally do what we did last time. Whatever. Just look it up. Go for it. And just smash it out basically and get everyone to get involved. Be good to have Rolling as well for one. He hasn't been in one in 2022 yet. So for the 3rd episode, Admiral Byrd, Secret Civilizations, crazy shit. We'll follow up with round 2, and it's going to be a good one. We should really, because the first time we just winged it like we did all the other podcasts. Write it down.
I didn't.
Go for it.
I mean, I did.
Write it down. Go for it. Whatever comes out, comes out. And then this one is now sat on 14,000 views, hundreds of comments. Everyone's interested. It's been scrubbed from the internet. Massive conspiracy. If we're the only people covering it, happy days. Let's cover it. See what happens. Go through some comments. Read them out to you guys and see what you think to that. And it'll be pretty sick. But apart from that, are we all good?
Apart from that, and just a little advertisement, right? We're on Spreaker, Spotify, YouTube. There's a YouTube channel, but what happens? Sai is gonna connect the playlist from his own channel, if he hasn't done it yet, and it's very easy. Just make up the playlist on your new channel that covers the other episodes as well, so you can look it all up there. If you don't know how to do it, I'll send you 101. And the
you're telling me how to YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Till next time.
Like, subscribe, get ready for the shorts. There's going to be plenty of them. Beebs, high heels, all sorts. It's going to be amazing. Killer, amazing. Thanks for coming in. I've made you moderator. You sorted out the bots. Amazing. Beeb, I made you moderator in there as well in the chat. So, thanks, Beeb. Thanks, Mayhem. Thanks, Killer. Thanks, everyone that's watching. See you in 2 weeks for our fucking big one. It's going to be sick. Bye. I love it, boys. And Beeb.